Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. Thank you so much for coming back if you've been here before. So today we are going to be doing the 2022 kind of forecast pick a card reading. We are going to be looking at the lessons and blessings coming your way, as well as any deities, spirit animals, any other messages that want to come in for you for the year 2022. So as promised, there is going to be another giveaway today. The first giveaway was with the spirit animal. I almost forgot, with the spirit animal reading. You still have time to enter that as I am recording this, so check it out. But today we are going to be doing a different giveaway. It's going to be for a tarot deck. And the deck that I have here is going to be the Insight Tarot. And this is quite a big box. It's a box set and it's by a student of Carl Jung. And we are going to, that's what the cards look like. Very beautiful. I saw it and it drew me in right away. So we're going to be giving away one of those. In order to enter, just write in your 2022 resolutions or your goals for 2022. So it could be anything that you want to achieve, accomplish in 2022. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. It could be, you want more peace in your life, whatever it is. That's just what I am going to do to pick someone. The giveaway will be open to residents of the United States only, and it is not affiliated with YouTube. The reason that it's only open to US residents is because of shipping. It's easier for me to ship it out. If you are interested in the deck, I do have a few more copies available through the website, violetintegration.com, as well as readings, other decks, other books. We will have other giveaways coming with the next pick a card reading. So every single pick a card reading in the month of December will have a giveaway attached to it. So now that we talked about that, we have 3 piles for today. Pile number 1 is going to be the Pink Amethyst Moon. Pile number 2 is going to be the Merlinite Heart. Pile number 3 is the Agate Lightning Bolt. Take a few minutes to ground, center yourself, ask yourself which pile has a message for you, and let's jump right into the reading. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to the Pink Amethyst Moon. We're going to place that right over here. As a reminder, we do have a giveaway for the Insight Tarot deck. It's a huge one. It has quite the book. I really like this deck. So in order to enter, all you have to do is comment with your New Year's resolution or 2022 resolution. As a reminder, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. And we're going to start with the lessons coming your way for 2022, as well as the blessings, but we're going to look at the lessons first. First card we have is 5 of Cups. Second card is the World. Okay, so my pile number 1s, it's also very interesting that you were drawn to the Moon for this reading, and we kind of have that moon energy, right? That working with the shadow self, working with the unknown, working with the subconscious. So for my pile number 1s, the lesson coming in for 2022 is releasing. You are going to have the opportunity to release something from the past, where there's almost a new beginning for my pile number 1s in 2022. Because you have this 5 of Cups energy, which has to do with, the 5 of Cups is all about grief. It's about the disillusion, realizing that certain things were illusions and realizing that certain things just didn't work out in the way that perhaps you wanted them to or that you hoped that they would. The 5 of Cups is an energy about facing what is, right? Accepting what is. It's also an energy of almost crying over spilled milk. But again, there's no fixing it, right? There's no taking these 4 cups and pouring back into them. They've already spilled. The contents are already spilled out on the ground there. But if we look behind her, we see a cup, and that cup is full. That cup is awaiting to be noticed. That cup is awaiting to be acknowledged, if you will. And with the World here, that combination speaks to, there's a lesson in 2022 about releasing. about letting go of what was never meant for you, letting go of what didn't work out in the way that you'd hope or in the way that you expected, and taking advantage of what you can control, of what you can work with. Closing out a cycle. For some of you, it may be a personal year number 9 in 2022, or this could be 2021 could have been the personal year number 9. In order to figure out what your personal year is, you would just have to grab your month, date, and the year that you're looking into. So for example, if your birthday is January 1st, you would do 1 plus 1. We don't really have to do the zeros there. And then you would do 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 2, because it's 2022. Whatever number you get, you would then reduce it to a single digit. So for example, if you get the number 12, you would go 1 plus 2 equals 3, and it would be a 3 personal year number. I hope that makes sense, because I'm kind of saying that on the fly, but that is how you look it up. You can also Google it, because it can be a very helpful tool. But anyways, for my pile number 1s, it feels like your personal year is a 9 in 2022, or it's a 9 in 2021, and you're kind of moving towards a new beginning. This could also be a personal year of 3 or 5, 7 as well. But overall, the lessons coming in is about releasing what is not meant for you, taking advantage of what is meant for you, or at the very least, having the courage to look at what's around and find possibility. Connect to the energy of there's more to this than these 4 cups that are no longer here for me. There's more for me than what I've lost. There's more for me than what I thought possible. And you're closing out a cycle. You are reaching a new level of consciousness. You are reaching a new level of being. Now, for 2022, I'm not going to lie, there could be some loss, some unexpected loss for my pile number 1s, or they could be happening now in 2021 going into 2022. But there is that realization that there's more, and that even though you can't control the outcome or you can't control how things work out, that you can definitely control your reaction to it, and you can take control of the narrative, and you can take action on what it is that you do want to create. Let's take a look at the blessings being sent for my pile number 1s. Very interesting. 9 of Swords. Yeah, this is definitely personal year 9 energy here. And the Devil. I'm going to place these right on this side here. So I don't want my pile number 1s to get scared with these blessings, because I think in the blessing position, they are speaking of good things, because you are releasing this fear. You are releasing this, it's almost like my pile number 1s, you've been stuck for some while. I feel like 2021 was a year that didn't quite flow for you, where you felt stuck, where you felt like no matter what you did, things just didn't go your way. There was something that you were holding on to, because we see it with the 5 of Cups, we see it with the World, we see it with the Devil card, even with the 9 of Swords. Something that you were holding on to that you will be releasing. And there will be a portion of that has to do with dealing with grief, right? With dealing with the loss, with dealing with the sadness of having to let that go. But there's also empowerment that's coming in for my pile number 1s, because I do feel that you will actively be releasing things that no longer serve you. That you are growing sick and tired of being in this 9 of Swords, 5 of Cups energy, and that you are choosing to walk away from things that no longer fit that no longer fit who you are and who you want to be and the life that you want to live. With the Devil card, the Devil's only power over you when we speak of this Devil card is what it offers you. You need to want it enough to stay. Because if we look at this card here, we can see that, we're going to hold this up. If we look, we can see that these chains are quite big, right? They could easily be removed, and they can easily kind of slip out of them and just walk away. So with the Devil card, whatever it represents something that you yourself are choosing to keep yourself tied down to, or a belief that you are choosing to keep on believing. There's definitely a choice with the Devil. You are not as trapped as you think you are, and there's a realization of that coming in 2022. And the blessing is breaking free from that energy and closing this cycle. This cycle of feeling stuck, this cycle of feeling sad, of feeling anxious, even depressed for some of you. Some of you not being able to sleep or having nightmares. That is coming to an end. Again, very interesting, because when I pick the crystals, I do it intuitively. So I don't see the cards and I don't see the crystals to match them up. But you did choose the moon, and there is a lot of shadow energy in this reading so far. Let's take a look, pile number 1, at the animal here for you for 2022. And we have the penguin with the period of darkness that you've been experiencing is now passing. Yeah. Pile number 1, 2022 is going to be a lot lighter for you. The last 2 to 3 years have been rough. You have been working through a lot. Some of you, this is your current 8 personal year, and you've been working with that Saturn energy, where there's a lot of responsibility and a lot of difficulty, and you've had to push through a lot. 2022 is going to be lighter for my pile number 1s, where things are going to feel, it's finally going to feel like you can see the light. It's finally going to feel like that, like this dark period, that this dark night of the soul is passing. Pile number 1, 2022 is going to be very healing for you, where you're going to have the time to heal. You're going to have the time to really process what's happening, but also that, again, that choice to move forward. And again, it's going to be a choice. So for some of you, you could decide to remain in this energy, but I feel for the grand majority that chose pile number 1, you are getting up and you're walking away and you're saying enough is enough. You're removing that chain. You are you're getting up and you're turning around and realizing there's still a cup behind you. Not all is lost is the message for pile number 1 for 2022. Let's take a look at the angel among us, what we have here for you. Hathor with celebration, rejuvenation, and gratitude. Pile number 1 for 2022, the throat chakra is going to be very important, as well as the root chakra. You are working on your stability. There's definitely that sense of celebration, that sense of, it's almost like you're feeling relieved that you're able to walk away from a tough period and move into something lighter. Again, it's like you can see the light coming in now. And I want to say it feels like 2022 may start a little rough. And I feel like March is when you begin to kind of take notice of the changes. And we have St. Francis with animal communication, activism, service. Very interesting. We have 22 and 33 master numbers for my pile number 1s. You could be a life path 11, 22, 33. You could be very closely tied to the master numbers. You could be a numerologist, pile number 1. But with St. Francis here, St. Francis is all about communication, activism, and service, and definitely a close tie to animals. But he's also about compassion. Compassion towards self, compassion towards others. Animals, spirit animals are going to be very important in 2022 for my pile number 1s. Be on the lookout. I feel like you will be discovering a new spirit animal. For some of you, you will be getting a new pet. I'm seeing a cat, a rabbit, and a dog. Seeing a guinea pig hedgehog as well. I don't know. Somebody may want one of those pets. There is a sense of peace coming in. And it says plant powered. Hold on, let me see. Friends, not food. For some of you, you may be changing your diet in 2022, or you've done that in this year and you're carrying that forward. I'm seeing plant-based, veganism, vegetarian. For some of you, that's not going to resonate for all of you. Take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. But a connection with animals and spirit animals, it could be a new pet again for some of you. If you've been considering getting a pet, you are ready. That's coming in. Let's see what else we have. Spaceship, don't be afraid to sing. Yeah, things are going to lighten up. Thorns with weave together the crown you deserve. You are realizing what you deserve and you are not willing to accept any less anymore. Pile number 1. some of you, it's almost like you are finally feeling lighter, and it feels like it's been a very long time coming. And it's that energy of you're stepping into your power and you are taking this over. You are no longer waiting for things to happen for you. You are taking control of this. You are saying, listen, I can't control what I have lost. I'm still grieving. For some of you, there's definitely still some grief over what has been lost, but I'm taking this back. I'm taking the reins of my chariots. I'm taking control back. Let's see what we have as far as astrology, important astrology. I don't know why I did that. I made a mess. All right, let's see. We have 9th house and faith. Yeah. Yep. You are reconnecting to your faith. You are also reconnecting to the energy of having faith and optimism, of realizing that not everything is lost. That life at this time has been hard, but that not everything is lost. So 2022 is almost about you reconnecting, plugging back in, realizing that there is life after death. For some of you, you may have lost a loved one in 2021, and you're moving with that with that sense of loss into 2022. But you have faith of what's to come, and you're realizing that you need to live life for you and to the fullest, because tomorrow is never guaranteed. And we have part of fortune with increase. Yeah, there's an increase in energy. There's an increase in understanding, and there's an increase in action coming in. But again, you're taking control of this. You are weaving together the crown you deserve. You are weaving together the life that you deserve. You are no longer allowing things to happen to you. You could have Sagittarius, Capricorn, prominently in the chart. It could be Aquarius as well. But there's change coming. Look at that, the 9. I do feel for some of you, 9 is important. Let's see what else we have with the wisdom of the oracle. And we have co-create. Yeah, my pile number 1s, that's exactly the energy that you're stepping into. You are co-creating. You are no longer leaving things to chance. You're no longer going to sit around and just be sad about what hasn't worked out. You are going to make the best out of what you do have. It's almost like making, having lemons and making lemonade with it. You're making the best of it, and you're taking back some control back. And when I say some control back, it's about how you react. Unfinished symphony, yeah. We have that 10 there. There's a wrapping up of something in 2022 for my pile number 1s, and I feel like that's going to happen earlier in the year. I feel like energy starts to pick up in March for some reason for most of you. Again, it could be a personal year 9. You could be a life path number 9, 7, 3. You could be a 3, 6, 9. Let's take a look at what we have with these cards here. Trumpet with everything's got a moral if only you can find it. Yeah, you are realizing that there is purpose and that there are lessons that you've had the opportunity to learn and that you are now able to integrate. And you are definitely taking the lessons and integrating them in 2022. With the trumpet there's also this sense of, again, the throat chakra keeps coming in for me. You speaking your truth, you being more comfortable with your truth, and you being more comfortable when it comes to even taking up space. We also have Dormouse with surround yourself with people who make your heart smile. It is then, only then, that you'll find Wonderland. Yeah, you're releasing what's not meant for you, and that includes people, places, situations, jobs for some of you, relationships for some of you. If it's not meant for you, you are releasing it. You've been holding on to things that you've been trying to make work, even when you know deep down that it's not meant to work. Let's see who we have as far as the goddess, Hecate. Very interesting. Solitude. Simplify your thoughts. Give yourself space. Not everything needs to be done right now. Yeah. 2022 feels like transition. Like you can see the light, right? You can start to see the light. You can start to see how movement forward is going to start to happen. You are being more gentle with yourself. Take time for yourself as well in 2022. Because you're becoming more of the co-creator in your life, but it's also about making sure that you're allowing yourself to process everything that's happening. I feel like 2023 will be a very big year for my pile number ones. 2022 is like where you start to pick up the speed and get ready for it. Let's take a look at what we have here. Inner life. Your inner life is a garden to be cultivated. Yeah. For some of you, it is a 7 or 9 personal year. And you are really tapping into your inner life. And this is also to me about you tapping in to the inner sage, right? To your inner wisdom. For some of you, working with the owl spirit animal in 2022. But tapping into what you know, being open to receiving information, to receiving internal information as well. Because there's a lot that you know that you just have to tap into and trust. And for my pile number ones, 2022 is going to give you a lot of wisdom. You're going to be able to process a lot of what has happened. And then we have distorted desire. Conscious desire rarely satisfies the unconscious need driving it. Very interesting. So for my pile number ones, with distorted desire here, and it's speaking to the conscious not really being aware of the needs of the unconscious, right? Sometimes, so for example, with this card here, sometimes we go shopping, right? I'm guilty of this one. We go shopping because we feel like we need something, but deep down, it's not that thing that we bought that actually satisfies it. Or it's not that relationship that we got ourselves in. There's something much deeper in the unconscious that needs to be looked into. For my pile number ones, 2022 is going to give you the opportunity to tap into that and to really tap into your self-worth and self-confidence and to really give to yourself what it is that you actually need by tapping into your unconscious, because you've been undergoing a dark night of the soul for many of you. This is already happening and you're stepping in, and there's going to be clarity in 2022, and that clarity is going to dictate how you move forward. And this is why you're closing a cycle, because you're realizing, I just realized this, the devil here is all about the unconscious and taking things, right? Escapism of some sort, taking something and thinking that it's going to satisfy you, but it's never enough. These two cards, we have the devil and this distorted desire, they go perfectly well together. So they're both speaking to that same energy. And remember, the devil and the 9 of Swords was your blessing. It's you breaking free from this and realizing what it is that you actually need so that you can cut the crap with having to find, ways to satisfy, to temporarily satisfy or temporarily place a band-aid on something that is much deeper. And it's going to vary from person to person what that is. Let's take a look at the final blessing for 2022. Let's see what we have here. A blessing for support. This card always reminds me of Archangel Michael. So for some of you working with Archangel Michael, but there's more support coming in. You're going to be feeling more supported not only by the people in your life, if you're willing to ask, but by spirit and the universe, because I feel like you're going to feel like things are finally moving in your favor. And that's beautiful energy to be in. All right, pile number 1, that is all I have for you. Don't forget to enter the giveaway. Let me know what you'd like to see next. And if you like the video, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And if you'd like to book a personal reading or join Patreon, all of that information is in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to the Merlinite Heart. I'm going to place that right over there. As a reminder, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. So we're going to start by looking at your lessons for 2022. Then we're going to look at the blessings coming in. As a reminder, don't forget to enter the giveaway for this Insight Tarot. So let's get started. Page of Cups as far as lessons, and 3 of Wands. Beautiful energy, pile number 2. So my pile number 2s, with the 3 of Wands and Page of Cups as the lessons coming in for 2022, these are actually pretty good lessons. I'm not gonna lie, they feel very lighthearted. It should be a nice year. We're gonna take a look at, the blessings, but the lessons so far are looking good. The Page of Cups and the 3 of Wands have a few things in common. They're both about dreaming, right? Being a dreamer, expectations, what we can expect, and what we want for the future, and whether what we want is possible or not. In the Page of Cups, in this specific deck, we see the pig flying, and it kind of represents the saying of when pigs fly. Like, yeah, sure, that's going to happen when pigs fly. The Page of Cups is a dreamer. The Page of Cups is, it's a younger energy. All the pages in tarot are younger energies. But with the Page of Cups specifically, we have that energy of somebody who's a dreamer, someone who kind of is able to hold a vision or to imagine. It's almost a childlike imagination and childlike dreaming, where if you go up to a child and you say, what do you want to be when you grow up? They're going to give you different answers. I want to be an astronaut. I want to be a teacher. I want to be famous. I want to be a singer, whatever it is. That's the energy of the Page of Cups. And with the 3 of Wands here in combination, for my pile number 2s, what you're going to be learning is that life doesn't have to be so serious. Life doesn't have to be so heavy, that you can reach new heights, that there's more possibility than you ever realized in your life. Because I feel like my pile number 2s, you have a very, how do I put this? You have a very serious energy. You are someone who's very familiar with what it means to be responsible. You could be very practical. You could be very grounded. You could be an air sign, or you could be an earth sign. So earth, we have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I don't know why I always forget Virgo. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Air sign could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But there is that sense of you are either someone who's very grounded in reality, and it can be hard for you to imagine certain things. And for some of you, that's because you are afraid of disappointment. So if you allow yourself to imagine a future that's very bright or almost impossible, it could be disappointing. So you would rather keep your expectations and your dreams a little bit more grounded in reality. But 2022 is going to bring lessons of your wildest dreams are a possibility, and you can expect the best. You can trust that the universe is going to provide for you, and you can trust that the things that you want you in return. There is that energy of something happening in 2022 where it's going to put you face to face with something that you thought was never possible for yourself. For some of you, it's going to be a relationship, because I am being, this little kind of heart is being highlighted for me. For others of you, it's going to be you achieving a certain goal, such as, perhaps a career, a business, something taking off, something working out for you. For some of you, you do content and it's going to pick up. For others of you, there's some sort of artwork or some sort of creation that you're going to create that's going to resonate. And there's something that's going to take a life of its own, and it's going to grow past what you thought possible. And it's teaching you that you don't have to be so grounded, that you don't have to that you don't have to be so serious all the time, that you can trust that there is more to life and that there are opportunities that you never dreamed of. Because for some of you, again, you don't allow yourself to dream too big. You don't want to be disappointed, so you kind of keep your dreams a little bit tamed, if you will. Let's take a look at the blessings coming in for my pile number 2, 6 of Cups. Yeah, for some of you, this is a connection coming in. 5 of Swords. For my pile number 2s, the blessings coming in, let's start with the 6 of Cups first. There's definitely a blessing here around you connecting to your inner child. There's a lot of childlike wonder for this group. There's almost that sense of connecting to, and when I say childlike, it's your child self, right? Your inner child, the part of you that believes, the part of you that believes in magic. I'm hearing about the archetype, the child magician, I believe, or child magical. I believe you should know who I am talking about, but that archetype is going to be very present in your life, as well as the artist. Some of you, the poet. And you are realizing that life doesn't have to be so challenging. The blessing coming in for my pile number 2s is the realization that life can flow rather easily, that not everything has to be a challenge, that you don't have to protect yourself as much, meaning that you don't always have to be waiting for the other shoe to drop. You don't always have to be waiting for somebody to come in and take something from you or betray you, or, that you can trust in the universe and that good things can happen, and that good things do happen to good people because you are a very good person, pile number 2, and you deserve this. For some of you, you've been working very hard for a very long time, and this is just the fruits of your labor starting to show up. But you don't always allow yourself to believe. So 2022 is going to kind of sneak up on you and show you that good things can happen and they will happen, and that what you dream of is happening for you. For some of you, this is a soulmate coming in, whether it's a romantic soulmate or someone that you're meant to do business with, or someone that's going to help you along in some way. But there is a special someone coming in 2022. Depends on what you're looking for. Take it as it resonates, because there are many people watching this. In 2022, there's also you living life in a more relaxed way. You are not feeling as tense or as overwhelmed in 2022, and that's part of the blessing that's coming your way. Very interesting. Let's see what animal we have here for you for 2022. Roadrunner with keep your sense of humor and don't take things so seriously. Pile number 2, I don't see the cards before you do, but I feel like we could end this reading here and you got your message. The Roadrunner, again, keeping your sense of humor, bringing in more lightheartedness, not being so serious, not being in this 5 of Swords energy so much, laughing at yourself, laughing at the world, having fun, using your imagination, believing, trusting that good things are going to come to you, expecting the best, while knowing that you are making progress, and you have made so much progress, pile number 2. That 3 of Wands there says that you have made so much progress, and everything that's coming, you deserve it and you've earned it. And you deserve the right to enjoy it. Don't feel like you receiving something is going to cause something else to break. There's almost that sense of my pile number 2s are always waiting for that other shoe to drop. Like, yeah, this is going okay, but I wonder what's going to happen. I wonder what's going to happen to mess this up for me. 2022 is about you relaxing more, being more in the present moment and enjoying it. For some of you, working with your sacral and solar plexus chakras. Some of you are stepping into more confidence in 2022 as well. That's going to be the opportunity. Let's see who we have with the angels among us. Goddess Lakshmi with prosperity, beauty, fortune. Yeah, there's a lot of fortune and abundance coming in. A lot of prosperity coming in for this pile. And you've worked for it. That's the beautiful thing. It's not just being handed to you because it wants to be handed to you. You've worked for it. You've earned it. You've dedicated yourself to this. For some of you, working with Lakshmi and doing the mantras would be very helpful. If you remind me, if you need it, let me know and I will type it into the comment section because I will probably forget. But you can chant the mantra, you can work with her. But there's almost a beautification of your life, and I don't mean that just aesthetically, but internally, right? Where things feel more beautiful, things feel more hopeful for you in 2022. And then we have Archangel Megatron with spiritual power, esoteric wisdom, sacred geometry. Yeah, you're transmuting energy, and going into 2022, you've been doing a lot of work, and that's why this energy is being transmuted. You are closing a cycle and moving into a more spiritual, it's almost like you're living life from a more spiritual place. And you're tapping into wisdom. You are learning how to manifest. And a lot of my pile number 2s, you're going to manifest more easily by letting go and by working with the third eye and with the imagination, holding the vision. For some of you working with the violet flame or sacred geometry, I'm seeing the flower of life and the Merkaba. So if you can do a crystal grid in the form of the flower of life or the Merkaba, it would be very beneficial and very helpful for you. Only do it if it resonates with you and if you're being called to. We have Clover, release your guilt. Yeah, you're letting go of certain ways of being. For some of you, you can be very critical. And there's almost guilt for you if you relax, if you kind of take a step back, because you're used to working and working very hard. And 2022 is giving you the opportunity to live life from a more lighthearted place where you can laugh more, you can be more present, you can take a break, you can regenerate, you can, take a nap if you need to. For some of my pile number 2s, like the idea of you just taking a nap sounds like it's wrong or it's too much. But you're releasing guilt and you are realizing that you deserve to live a more relaxed life. Then we have Mirror. Treat your body like the palace it is. Some of you definitely connecting to your body more. And we do have beauty here. Somebody here may be considering a change in hair color. If you want red or purple hair, I'm hearing go for it. There's also some sort of confidence, right? Because we have sacral and solar plexus showing up. Some sort of you stepping into confidence. And part of that is going to be with you showing up physically, aesthetically, in a way that is more in alignment with who you truly are, because you're stepping into your authentic self more. You are showing up, like, for example, if you dressed in a way that you just didn't want to be noticed, but you like a certain style, you're going to be embracing that style more. For some of you, you will be tapping into the body and making yourself more at home, more comfortable with your appearance. Yeah, some of you are going to be feeling very beautiful in 2022. I love it. Let's see what do we have as far as astrology for 2022. Virgo, I analyze. That's the energy that I feel that you're releasing, that analyzing, right? That overthinking, overanalyzing. And I said, for many of my pile number 2s, you're either an earth or air sign, and it could be sun, moon, or rising. But you do have that energy of kind of where you can overthink and you can be a little too practical at times. And you're kind of lifting that up and you're connecting more to the water and the fire element, where you're more passionate and more in the moment and more receptive. We also have Libra, I balance. Yeah, you're bringing more balance in. Libra is also ruled by Venus. So again, beauty, love, being in the present moment, passion. Some of you could be a Libra rising, Libra sun or moon, but I'm really feeling Libra rising. Some of you could be a Virgo sun. Could be moon or rising, but I'm feeling Virgo sun, Libra rising is what I'm feeling. Take that as it resonates. Let's see here. And with Libra, you are seeking more balance. You're no longer overworking yourself. Because some of you were so focused on your routine with Virgo here, which is the 6th house. You were so focused on carrying on with a routine that you couldn't allow yourself to have a good time and to relax and to just be. Not for you. Yeah. You're realizing that certain things are not for you. And I think for many of my pile number 2s, what was not for you was a certain way of living, the way that you had been living, the way that you have been carrying out your routine. You're realizing that it's about more lightheartedness. Some of you could be a life path number 6, or this could be a personal year 6. So I said it in pile number 1. I'll say it here. To calculate your personal year, just take your date of birth, month and date, and the current year, so 2022, if you're looking at 2022, add it up, reduce it to a single digit, and that is your personal year. So for example, if your birthday was January 1st, you would go 1 + 1 + 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 2, and you would add that up, then reduce it. So let's say that it added up to 45, which I doubt it does. Then you would take the 4 plus the 5, that would be 9, and that would be your personal year. Let me know if anyone needs me to actually type that out in the comments. And we have milk and honey, yeah. You're realizing something's not for you and you're releasing it. And because you're releasing what's not for you, your milk and honey is here. Your abundance is here. Life is becoming more sweeter for my pile number 2s. I love this energy. I really do love this energy for you because I feel like you've been overworking yourself and overcompensating almost. And this is beautiful energy to have come in. Let's see what we have with these 2. Mushroom. It would be so nice if something made sense for a change. Yeah. With that Virgo there, you are my overthinkers and you try to make sense of things, and there's almost a relaxing in. And as you relax, things start to click in. That esoteric wisdom, right? That knowing, it starts to come in. Hourglass. Actually, I am right on time. Yeah. You're realizing that you didn't miss out on anything, that you're right on time. And because of that, there is abundance coming in. Your milk and honey is coming in. This is very beautiful energy because it feels like you're finally kind of relaxing into yourself. Let's see what we have as far as a goddess. And we have Maeve. Power with be in awe of yourself and the strength it has taken you to get to here and now. Yeah, you've done the work. And this is why things are flowing for you. This is why things are coming. Again, I don't feel like my pile number 2, something is just being handed to you. You've put in the work and now you are getting the payback for it. Enjoy it. Again, the light is coming in. Let's see what else we have. With responding, not reacting. The only control we have is how we respond to the hand we are dealt. Yep. Because it felt, what did I say? It feels like my pile number 2s are used to waiting for the other shoe to drop. And this is you learning that you can actually just be in the present moment and you can respond when it's time to respond. And that you have control over your responses, and that you don't have to be afraid of anything that you cannot control, because you've done a great job thus far. You've gotten yourself this far. You are very good at dealing with things as they happen, so you don't have to feel that you need to prepare or that you need to be on defense mode. And we have confusion. Growth hurts, heals, and harnesses a way through the uncertainty. And I do feel things have felt confusing because of that over-analyzing, that overthinking. And you're relaxing in now, pile number 2. And growth can be scary because you don't know how it's going to play out, but you're learning how to relax into it. Because it says growth hurts, heals, and harnesses a way through the uncertainty. So this is about you growing in this year and moving through. Even though you don't know exactly how things are going to play out, you learn how to relax into it. I will say for some of you with not for you, there could be something that leaves your life in 2022. I don't feel that that's going to be for the grand majority of you. But if something wants to leave, allow it because it wasn't meant for you. And that's okay. Let's take a look at the final blessing coming in for 2022 for you. A blessing for peace of mind. Absolutely. Yeah. It's that energy that you're more in the present moment and that you are allowing your imagination, that you are allowing yourself to flow, that you're not holding yourself, to such a, because it was almost like my pile number 2s, you were being so strict with yourself that you wanted to accomplish things that you weren't able to, not in the time frame that you set out for yourself. You were working so hard, but you were never satisfied with where you were going, and you're learning how to relax more into it, how to be more present, how to have more harmony, more balance, more peace of mind. And that's coming as a result of change, because 3 + 2 is 5. All right, pile number 2, don't forget to enter for the giveaway. That's right over there, that Insight Tarot deck. Let me know if you would like to see anything else on the channel. If you like the video, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And if you'd like to book a personal reading or join Patreon, you can do so by going to this description box. Everything is in there. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to the Agate lightning bolt. I'll place that right over there. As a reminder, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. So we're going to be looking at the lessons coming in for your 2022, as well as the blessings and other information that wants to come in. Also, don't forget to enter for the giveaway for this Insight Tarot, open to U.S. residents only, and just enter your resolutions for 2022 or your goals, and that will gain you an entry. So let's get started. First, oh, I love it. The Sun and Tower. Okay, this is quite the energy for my pile number 3. So pile number 3, your lessons for 2022. This is very interesting because I'm kind of getting 2 messages. We're going to go with the first half because I feel like it's going to kind of split into 2 groups here. For some of you, the lessons coming in 2022 have to do with your outlook, with, how you view the world, how you view life, and how you view the circumstances and situations that arise. And for some of my pile number 3s, what's going to be happening is there's going to be an opportunity to connect to gratitude, to be grateful for what it is that you have, to understand that life is fleeting, that the only moment that we have is the right now, right? The past is gone, the future is not yet here. So for some of my pile number 3s, the lesson is going to be, how do I ground myself? How do I become more present? How do I appreciate the present moment instead of focusing on the past or the future? And it's almost that sense of, I'm not going to worry about what could happen or what has happened. I'm going to try my best to create the future, to create my future now, to live in the present moment and take advantage of this. And there's a sense of you tapping into gratitude for what it is that you have. For some of you, there will be a tower moment in 2022 where something is going to happen and it's going to be unexpected. I feel like it's a blessing in disguise. I don't always say that. I try to be honest in my readings, but I do feel like for my pile number 3s, for most of you that are going to go through this tower moment, so this unexpected moment, it's going to be a blessing in disguise. It's meant to happen to you, for you, not to you. And it's going to help you realize what it is that matters and what it is that you're grateful for. Again, what matters? Because for some of you, this could have to do with work, or there's some sort of insecurity here, and it kind of helps you tap into, this is what I care about and this is what matters to me. And it's going to vary from person to person, but there's almost a realization that family is important, friendships are important, whatever it is that you enjoy doing is important. Now, there's almost another side of this, where the other side of this is for people that are kind of in this energy of love and light, and there's nothing negative. I will not recognize anything that's negative or that's bad. There is a focus on duality. No matter which message you resonate with, there's a lot of focus on polarity, duality in 2022, where you are realizing that there is beauty in the light and beauty in darkness as well. That both serve a purpose and that both have to be present in this life, right? That we have to experience both loss and joy. That we have to experience sadness and gratitude, love and heartbreak. So there's almost, I really feel for my pile number 3s, there's a spiritual awakening and you're leveling up in consciousness in 2022. For some of you, this is going to be a 7 personal year or a 3 personal year. It could be a 2 personal year as well. I told the other pile, so I'll tell you, if you want to calculate your personal year, it's very easy. Take your month and date and the year, so 2022, add them all up, then reduce it to a single digit. So for example, if your birthday is January 1st of whatever year, you're going to add 1 plus 1, because it's month 1, day 1, plus 2, plus 0, plus 2, plus 2. You could skip the 0 because the 0 is not going to do anything to it. You're going to get a digit, and whatever that is. So for example, if you get the number 20, then you would go 2 plus 0 is 2, and your personal year would be a 2. That's me coming off the top of my head. I have not done the math, and I'm not good at math at the top of my head. But if anyone needs me to write that down in the comments, just let me know, and I will write down how to do it, or you can Google it. But let's take a look at the blessings coming your way, pile number 3. Chariot, I love it. Pile number 3, 2022 is going to be a big year for you because we have 3 majors so far. And the Queen of Cups. I was going to say, is this a major too? But no. So we have 3 majors for you. This is a big year. This is going to be a very big year for you. As far as the blessings, you are more in tune with your intuition, with your emotions. You're also more in the flow of things. You are learning surrender. My pile number 3 is one of the most important lessons that you're going to be learning in 2022 is that you have ultimately no control. That you cannot control what happens, that you just have to go with the flow and deal with things, that you cannot plan ahead. That yes, sometimes we can prepare, but you will never be able to truly know what's about to happen. And there's no perfect plan. There's no perfect, there's no perfect anything. We are perfectly imperfect, but there's no perfection. There's no way to plan out how things are going to go. There's no way to prepare for every single scenario. That even when you think you have things in control, that something can happen out of the blue and it can take that from you. And I don't want to make this sound scary because I do think, again, that for many of you, this is a blessing in disguise, that something is going to change, but it's going to help you realize, and it's going to help you, it's going to help free you as well. Because for some of you, you're very type A, where you're constantly trying to plan and take control of situations before they even happen. The Chariot here is saying you are moving forward with your purpose in a more confident way, and you are driving your own chariot, or your own motorcycle in this case, but you are taking control of the narrative, and you are making moves to get to where it is that you want. Some of you are going to have to face some fears in 2022, and it's going to be your worst fear. You're going to have to face it, and you're going to realize it's not as bad as you thought it was. It's probably not bad at all. That it's something that you can deal with. That you can rely on yourself and trust yourself to deal with things as they come up. But moving on, moving into and from 2022, you're moving with a lot more confidence in yourself and in your abilities. And you're more in the flow of things. Some of you are Pisces, Scorpio, Leo, Cancer, Aquarius energy coming in as well. And obviously take that as it resonates. Let's see the animal that you have here for 2022. The manatee with accept the situation as it is rather than fighting to change it. Yeah. You are learning to be more in the present moment. It's very interesting because I didn't see that. I don't see the cards before you do. I just realized these. I picked them intuitively and I placed the lightning bolt over this, and you have the tower, which is a lightning bolt hitting that tree. It's the unexpected. And you are learning how to be in the present moment and accept things as they are. Instead of trying to change things before they even happen, instead of trying to stay 2 steps ahead, you are learning that you have to be present in order to live life in a way that's satisfactory. Definitely connect to the manatee in 2022, but also again, radical acceptance of what is, meditation, grounding yourself, clearing your energy. Work with your root chakra as well, pile number 3. Let's see who we have here. Mary Magdalene with divine feminine, devotion, sacred sensuality is what we're going to call it, but you can read it. And we have Sekhmet with fierceness, destruction, and rebuilding. Very interesting. Let's talk about Mary Magdalene, then we'll go into Sekhmet. With Mary Magdalene here, devotion, right? You devoting yourself to your life. You grounding your energy. The divine feminine is all about receiving, being receptive, allowing things to happen, allowing things to flow, being in the present moment, trusting in self, right? The divine feminine is receptive energy. The divine masculine is action-based. You are moving into a place where you are more receptive, you are more allowing, you are surrendering, and you are taking action. I don't want to make it sound like my pile number 3s, you're taking no action. You're just sitting around waiting for things to happen. But you're not always taking action. You're not always playing defense. With Sekhmet here, it's very interesting because destruction and rebuilding, and we have the tower. Something is happening in 2022, and I'm going to be honest, I can't see what that is. Also, there's a lot of you, so it would be very hard to pinpoint it. But there's a tower moment for most of my pile number 3s, and it's a blessing in disguise. It's going to allow you to rebuild. It's about certain foundations falling apart so that new ones can be built in their place. And for many of you, it's going to teach you how to be present, how to be mindful, how to let go of the past, and how to stop planning so much for the future to the point where you cannot appreciate the now. It's good to have a vision of the future. It's good to have a plan, but not so much so that you cannot stop and smell the roses that are right in front of you. For some of you, placing roses on your altar would be very helpful, or working with the color red and orange. Root chakra, heart chakra coming in very importantly, as well as sacral and solar plexus. Let's see what else we have. Pile number 3. I was going to call you pile number 2 for some reason. Mural with be your own first priority. Yeah. And for some of you, kind of doing activities where you're present, where you're spending time in the now. The cat is standing out to me, which is all about independence, fierceness, right? A lot of cat energy. For some of you, Sekhmet, it could be Bast or Bastet as well, working with those goddesses. But doing activities where you are grounding yourself, whether it's, like coloring, doing a drawing meditation, doing a painting meditation, a coloring meditation. Those adult coloring books would be helpful for some of you. But taking time to ground your energy. And we also have Evil Queen. You deserve sugar, not salt. Yeah. Some of you are realizing what it is that you deserve, and you are taking it upon yourself to create it. The Chariot there, you are stepping into your purpose, into what it is that you want to create. I am hearing, this is going to be very specific, but I'm hearing it, so we're going to share it. Be careful with your sugar intake for some of you, or be careful with what it is that you're consuming in 2022. If you are a nervous eater, just be mindful of, balancing out your diet. See what we have as far as astrology. Saturn return, age. For some of you, this could be your Saturn return in 2022. But you're growing more wise. You're growing more mature. You are gaining wisdom. For some of you with Saturn return here, you are going to definitely be facing something that is going to benefit you in the long run, but it may not be very easy energy as you're going through it. So ground yourself. For some of you, the Saturn return this is being paid back to you where you've already put in the work. For others of you, there's an event that's going to kind of happen that is a part of your Saturn return, or that has to do with Saturn energy of helping you with responsibility, taking responsibility, accountability. See who else we have here. Capricorn IUs. Very interesting. We have Capricorn and Saturn. Saturn rules Capricorn. And we have that 10th house. For some of you, there's definitely something happening with a career, a job in 2022. For others of you, you're getting very real about your finances, about, planning for the future, what it is that you want, where you are headed. This is going to be a very tangible year for my pile number 3s. You could be a life path number 8, or this could be a personal year number 8. Could be a number 7 or number 3 as well. I believe I said that earlier. Could be a personal year number 2 as well. But with Capricorn and Saturn, there are definitely going to be responsibilities that are going to be coming up. For some of you, it's going to be a payback, like you are kind of receiving the fruits of your labor. For others of you, you're stepping into that Saturn energy where things are going to be a little bit rough, but the payout is going to be good. For some of you, that payout is going to come in 2024, 2023. See what we have with the wisdom of the oracle. Observer, yeah. And fork in the road. There's something happening for my pile number 3s. Be observant. Don't act from a place of trigger. Like, don't allow something to trigger you and you're reacting. Be receptive, be observant, and then react. Then take action. Take a pause if you need to. Some of you, there's definitely a shakeup happening. And that fork in the road for some of you is going to come as a result of a tower moment. But there's definitely change coming in 2022. Again, for most of you, it's going to be a blessing in disguise. Now, let's see what we have with these two. Knave of Hearts with how fine you look when dressed in rage. Yeah, some of you are definitely going to be feeling the feelings quite strongly in 2022. Again, be an observer. Don't allow the triggers to control your actions, your reactions. Tweedledee and Tweedledum. I knew who I was this morning, but I have changed a few times since then. Pile number 3, perfect. That sums it up. There's a lot of change. You will be transforming. That's why the Chariot is here as well. Part of the blessing is you're going to get in touch with who you truly are at this time because you've grown. And you're going to grow so much throughout 2022. It may not be the easiest year, but it's going to be worth it. Let's see what goddess we have here. Sophia with knowing. Share the intuitive wisdom you hold in your soul with your sisters and your soul family. Some of you with Saturn and now Sophia with knowing, you are gaining experience and wisdom, and what you go through in 2022 is going to help you help others in the future. Some of you, if you are content creators, this is going to be a year where you are really going to gain a lot of experience that you're going to be able to put into words. For some of you, you may be a writer and this is going to turn into a book, or you may be writing a book. Let's see what we have with these two cards. False beliefs. Once the untruths that we believe about ourselves are illuminated, so are the ways we can release the false limitations they confine us to. I want to read that again because that was choppy. Once the untruths that we believe about ourselves are illuminated, so are the ways we can release the false limitations they confine us to. You are releasing yourself. You are breaking free. Look at that. We have Sophia with knowing. We have the owl. We have that cat there, and we have Sekhmet. Fierceness, right? You are taking control. You are breaking free. A lot of freedom, a lot of liberation for this pile. Again, it's not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. And we have creative power. Release your alchemical energy into the world. What did I say? Some of you are content creators. Some of you are creators in some form, and this is going to help you. The next year is going to help you create the life that you want. You're going to be shaking things up. This is almost 5 energy where you're shaking things up. And as you shake things up, you make space for the new to be created. Many of you, this energy is fierce. I mean, look at the women that are showing up here. It's fierce energy. Work with Sekhmet for many of you. You can look into Sophia. I'm not very familiar with her energy, but look into her. Gaia as well. Empress energy coming in very strongly with this creative power card. You are breaking free. Let's take a look at the final blessing for 2022. A blessing of the air. Yeah. Things are going to be more clear. It's almost like you're reaching a point of clarity. You're also reaching a point where you feel more lighthearted, where you feel like you can let go of the burdens. Now, I don't feel lighthearted as in fun necessarily, but lighthearted as in it's almost like a lightness where burdens are being lifted from you, where you are realizing what's possible. There's an opening up of your perception of your mind here. Gemini energy coming in strongly with that, a blessing of the air. For some of you, work with Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, as well as Sekhmet. It could be Bastet as well for some of you. All right, pile number 3, that is all I have for you. Don't forget to enter the giveaway for the Insight Tarot deck. Let me know what else you'd like to see on the channel. If you liked the video, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you'd like to book a personal reading or join Patreon, that information is in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Bye for now.